Have you ever asked yourself, how can I successfully lead my team virtually? Well, if you have, then this video was created for you. And I've spent 5 of the last 20 years coaching and mentoring leaders virtually through remote technology, and I've facilitated thousands of virtual trainings and coaching sessions with leaders all over America. And in this 4-part video series, I'm going to break down my top 4 secrets to successfully lead your team in a virtual world. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben Ward, and I've led sales teams for the past 20 years, and I like to talk about what it takes to succeed in leading your team to the very top. Now, if you're responsible for inspiring other people to get results, and you need to figure out how to grow and to develop your leadership to take it to the next level, then this channel was created for you. I invite you to subscribe. And also hit the like button if you like this video. And if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I want to hear from you either way. Also, make sure to pre-order my book that's coming out February 22nd called Sellership: How Top Salespeople Become Remarkable Leaders. And I wrote this book to help people transition into leadership and to share my top secrets and how to lead other people to success. You can reserve your copy right now at benward.com, or you can click on the link in the description below. And let me give you a bird's eye view into the 4-part video series. I'm gonna break down 4 secrets to leading your team in this digital world. First, we're gonna talk about the critical first step you can start taking today to build the strongest foundation to influence your team to get results. The second video in this series releasing next is how to have successful virtual team meetings. What it takes. These are critical. How to facilitate, how to help these meetings go right so that everybody gets a ton out of them. The third video in this series will be all about how to get high levels of participation, involvement, to where people are collaborating and contributing with one another. It's one of the biggest challenges holding Zoom meetings and virtual meetings, but it doesn't have to be. And if you follow this 3-step formula to engage participation, you'll be able to 10x the collaboration and the participation in your meetings. And in the 4th video, I'm going to share my top 10 practical tips and tricks for successful virtual leadership that I've learned from firsthand experience over the past 5 years leading teams virtually. Okay, so let's get into it with this first video. Secret number 1, one-on-ones. Wait, what? One-on-ones? Why? Why would one-on-ones be so important to successful virtual leadership? Now, you might have said to yourself as a leader, it's just not the same virtually as it is as being in person. And you're right. But there's a lot we can do to help things go right, to really get the most out of leading your team virtually. Let's talk about this first. People need to talk with their bosses, right? More than ever in history, you don't want to hide out. You want to avoid the temptation to hide out as a leader. Now, connecting individually on a regular basis with the people you lead has the similar importance to the success of a healthy team as eating regular food has on the health of a body, right? You don't want to underestimate the power that comes with proximity and connecting with the people that you lead and doing that on a regular basis. Now, group meetings are important, but they're going to suffer if your one-on-ones are not part of your regular leadership strategy. And this is where people really open up. This is where they get real. This is where they share what's actually going on in their life and some of their personal life. You can keep some of that out, but that factors into what's happening with their performance professionally. The one-on-ones is where they ask for specific help, right? As they learn to trust you and you're giving them space to talk and share what's happening so that you can help them. This is where they're gonna ask you for specific guidance that's not done in a group meeting and should not be done in a group meeting. And you get the benefit of real-time valuable information on what's actually going on with the person that you lead. This is going to give you the insights that you need to lead your team to success. In fact, a friend of mine, Dave, who leads a large sales team, recently told me we started doing one-on-ones at least once every single month with every person on our team. And it's helped us to really get to know their state of mind personally and professionally so we can lead them to high productivity. He said, I've learned a ton about my directs that there's no way I would have learned in any other way without doing this. And regular one-on-ones can be weekly or they can be monthly. This is going to depend on the size of your team and what's going on, but make sure to hold them at least monthly with every single person who reports directly to you. People need to talk to their bosses, right? That's always been true, and it's never been more true in today's digital world. Now, one-on-ones, it's one of those things that really aren't, they're not that difficult to do, that like having that conversation, but they're easy to do, and they're also easy not to do. You can get caught in I've already kind of talked to them last month, I don't really know. Like, I challenge you to consistently have them. That's what's gonna be able to build that rapport, that momentum, and the information that you need to lead in real time. And I challenge you, if you've not already been doing one-on-ones, to start scheduling them today. And if you're already doing them, keep doing them. Don't slow down. Keep that momentum going. Now here's a pro tip on how to start a one-on-one. Now you want to avoid the temptation to launch into your agenda. You don't want to pigeonhole them into specific questions that you want to know, that you're kind of cramming down their throat. Instead, meet them where they are at. Allow the conversation to start where they are. Then once you've started there, then you can lead them to where you want to go. Let me give you an example of what I mean. It's super valuable to ask questions when you're starting a one-on-one with something like, all right, to kick this off, what's on your mind and how can I help? Versus, what's your plan to finish the month out strong? Or some like pigeonholing question. And now, the thing is, what's your plan to finish the month out strong is not a bad question. It's just a bad first question. Because the principle for high influence really goes like this. Before I say follow me, I find you. This is where we meet them where they're at. And kicking off with a question like, hey, what's on your mind and how can I help? This honors them. This also, it's smart for you because it allows you to meet them where they are rather than trying to force them to meet you where you are and then dragging them to where you want them to go. Now, effective one-on-ones are the key to having the real pulse on the people that you lead. And this will not only help you connect with them individually, but this will help you as a leader to lead your team collectively. And it's one of the most valuable things you can do to have your team meetings go right. When everyone's together, when you've met with them individually, you know where each of them are at, and you know their pulse, their weaknesses, their strengths, what's happening in real time, then when you meet together, there's power on that. These one-on-ones allow you to have the pulse on your team all the time, and it helps the meetings you have become more productive because it puts you in the driver's seat. And really, we know what this is like when everyone's silent and nobody's responding because the mute button's on there and we're all virtual. It can be awkward as a leader, but because you've been having these effective one-on-ones, you know who to reach out to. You know who is strong in an area that you can have them share. You know who's weak in an area and you can help facilitate strength from the team to be able to help serve and support the rest of the team members. Now, I challenge you to hold regular one-on-ones with every single person that you lead and watch what happens to your ability to lead and influence everyone on your team. And in the next video of this 4-part video series on virtual leadership, we're going to talk about 3 keys to successful virtual team meetings that you're not going to want to miss. So stay tuned and make it a great day.